Everyone, welcome back. Today we're looking at Polestar once again. So in breaking news for Polestar cars, they'll be getting the YouTube app. This has been announced at Google I/O. Now Google revealed on Wednesday at their I/O event that YouTube will be available on all vehicles fitted with Google, beginning with Polestar models. That's fantastic. Essentially all vehicles fitted with Android Automotive. As today's vehicles are equipped with increasingly sophisticated infotainment systems, drivers and passengers can benefit from enhanced convenience and entertainment. Now, this is often seen in the form of several screens, one for the driver and one for the back seat occupant. So this is a brief look at what that could potentially look like. The YouTube app in the Polestar vehicles. Not to mention, this is not just a Polestar 2, of course. It will be starting with the Polestar 2, but this will be coming to the Polestar 3. And subsequently, this will be coming into other Polestar vehicles, such as the Polestar 4, the 5, and potentially the 6 as well. Now, if you'd like to read into this yourself, I'd recommend you checking out my article. There'll be a link in the description. Follow it to the blog and check out the article, of course. Now today, many automobiles have the ability to access YouTube via the Android Auto app. This app runs on Android phones and communicate wirelessly with the car, enabling drivers to view their applications on their car display. Additionally, the car that's powered by Google Android Automotive operating system can use the latest integration of this app. This OS is based off a Linux-run open source mobile operating system, which has been modified by Google to be used in cars and connect apps like Map, Navigation, and Assistance and Play, of course. Now, Google's Polestar 2 already has the tech giant built in, and the upcoming Polestar 3 will boast its HD mapping solution. That's quite exciting. I wrote articles on that before, and I've made videos on that as well. So similarly, YouTube will also be accessible, but only when the car has stopped. The company stated that further partnership with automakers are anticipated to be announced in the foreseeable future. Additionally, Google has revealed that it's partnering up with Volvo and Mercedes. The latter's deal differs from the general agreement they have in place, as it's more of a licensing arrangement to provide Google Maps, Cloud, and YouTube for Mercedes cars, fitted with their upcoming MB.OS operating system. Now, at the Google I/O event, Google also revealed new gaming features for those vehicles. Drivers now have access to Game Snack, a platform specializing in easy-to-play games like solitaire and beach buggy racing that can pass the time while charging their cars or picking up children from school. Game Snack will be available on Android Automotive, providing even more entertainment option for drivers in cars with Google built in. The company is expecting the number of such vehicles to increase significantly by 2020. This is by 2024, of course. The auto industry has several players pursuing car gaming opportunities. Polestar, BYD, Hyundai, collaborating with Nvidia to introduce its cloud gaming services such as GeForce Now. Tesla has previously rolled out their own gaming functionalities and made Steam libraries of thousands of games available for users. BMW too joined the league last year by partnering with Air Console that initiated a collection of a single as well as a multiplayer game, beginning with the upcoming 2023 BMW 7 Series. That's quite phenomenal. So that was a look of the new information regarding to Polestar gaining YouTube app in car. Quite exciting. Now additionally, the Polestar share has been doing a little bit better. This is in good faith. Lately, we've seen the share price of PSNY increase to more than $4 per share. This is absolutely incredible. Right now, in aftermarket trading, it's roughly $4.12. The closer we get to market opening, that will all change to pre-market trading. So of course, anything could happen in the near future, in the next month, in the next 2-3 months. However, Polestar is once again trended upwards, and that's exactly what we need. We need the momentum to go upwards. Now, I did catch some rumor not too long ago. I believe this might have been on Twitter, And the rumor was that of the Polestar share taking a big dip, and it did. And apparently it's because a lot of people sold shares, but not just anyone. Apparently Geely might have sold a significant amount of shares to affect the share price. But it's not believed that they did this to affect the share price. It's believed that they did this to fund another IPO or to fund another car project. So that's more than possible. You know, these businesses, they're always selling and buying and moving money around to accommodate other businesses if they're developing other businesses, which they are. Volvo and Geely both funded, I believe, 1.6 billion in total back into the Polestar company to continue to develop and continue to do well. So confidence is always shown in Polestar. Polestar Q1 reports are coming in. They'll be coming in today, the 11th of May. So this will be quite interesting. Obviously, you can sign up for the webcast to listen into the annual report. But let's not forget the Q&A. There's also the Q&A where you can ask your questions. And there have been some good questions that have been asked recently, over 64 questions thus far for Q4. The company recipients are such as Thomas Ingerloff, the Chief Executive Officer, and Joanne Malviste, that's Chief Financial Officer. One of the questions is, why has Polestar not invested in brand awareness in the US? The brand is still not being considered as an alternative in numerous car comparisons, and the vehicle technically exceeds many of its more popular competitors. And this is true. Polestar is underrated, undervalued, and this is a very valid question. Now, I don't know how they're going to answer this, but one of the answers that they could give is that recently they've gone and invested, I believe, over 20 or 25 million into a full out ads campaign in the US. And I believe this is specifically targeted for the Polestar 3 that's coming to the market quite soon. Now, I don't believe it's any coincidence that the share price of Polestar happens to be going back up just a little bit. It's trickling up back, it's trending upwards a little bit. And I don't think this is coincidental because the Q1 results are just about to be announced. So I get the sense that there's probably some inside information going around that there is going to be some positive news coming out of Polestar quite soon. And who wouldn't want to get in while it's cheap? That's the general notion that everyone is feeling, I believe, deep down. The second most popular question is basically the same question. How does Polestar plan to dramatically increase market awareness? As of now, nobody I know heard of the Polestar 2. Brand awareness. And one of the first steps is obviously bringing more vehicles to the market. For the last 2, 3, 4 years, Polestar only had one main vehicle. And that's the Polestar 2 that they sell regularly. Of course, they had the Polestar 1, but that's sold out a long time ago. And it's an extremely rare and expensive collector's vehicle. The Polestar 2, on the other hand, is a normal vehicle for everyone to buy. They've only had one so far, and no SUV, no coupe, no hatchback. That's just a sedan, and it's not the cheapest sedan. In the UK, I believe it's starting around £43,000. That's not cheap in the slightest. So one of the ways to increase this is obviously to have more vehicles. It just so happens that in Q4 this year, Polestar is not just bringing the Polestar 3, but the Polestar 4 to the market as well. If there is any delay, it will be early next year, of course. Additional question is, when is the South Carolina plant going to start producing vehicles, such as the Polestar 3? That's a very good question as well, because these dates, these plans, they could always be changing for companies such as Polestar. So again, very good question. CEO Thomas Ingerloff solely pushes PR on his Twitter page, which is not verified through Twitter. The CEO of Polestar UK, Jonathan Goodman, is verified, and so is the Polestar business page. Why does Thomas refuse to get verified, which would increase the reach dramatically? You know, that's a very good question as well. And there's a few months back, maybe 3 months ago, Thomas wasn't really tweeting on Twitter. He would tweet maybe once or twice, but now he's doing it way more often. And I believe that's very, very good because his tweets are actually getting way more attention than you'd ever expect. So with verification, I can only expect that it will get even better. So again, a very good point. So we've got some good questions here. Additionally, it's another question is what's the maximum production capacity Polestar can reach using Geely's and Volvo's factory? Is there a plan of building a Polestar factory in the future? Excellent question. This is the question I've been wanting to answer for months, years perhaps. I wanted them to answer this question. And Thomas kind of already did, but didn't. He kind of hinted at the idea that there could be a Polestar factory, especially in Europe. And this factory could specifically be built to manufacture the Polestar 7, which hasn't been announced yet. I don't know if they're even working on a design, but they could be. So the idea, the concept is there for Polestar to potentially have its own factory, but in Europe, time will tell. You know, Tesla has a factory in Europe, in Germany, and that's doing relatively well. So actually, it's doing terrifically well. So anything is possible. So I'm loving these questions. Check out this for yourself. Like I said, with the share price doing well once again, I do believe there's some positive news being pumped back into the company, which is good. Because if you look at the last month, obviously towards the end of April, the shares were just around $3.90. But right now, the beginning of May, we're seeing that the shares are going up. It's starting to recover around $4, which is really positive to see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.